He's Mr. Kai Horton. He just said, yeah, they just need to buckle up a bit. What's going on, bro? It's Dylan, right?
You said what?
It's Dylan, right?
Yeah, it's Dylan.
Good stuff, man. How you doing?
I'm doing great. How you doing?
I'm doing good, bro. You low-key look like you was balling before you got in tech with that, what was that, a Challenger or what was that, a Charger? What was that car that you got?
Nah, I wasn't balling. Nah. I was looking like I was balling. I ain't gonna lie to you, man. I like nice cars and things like that. And my parents helped me out.
Yeah. Hey, bro, that's how it's supposed to be though. Like you're supposed to, there's nothing bad about that, having your family help you out, get your stuff and get stuff going. Bro, so first off, congratulations. Y'all don't know this, but Dylan actually started at his company yesterday, right?
Monday.
Oh yeah, I'm forgetting it's Wednesday. I'm totally tripping.
Yeah. I came out Monday. Yesterday was like the official start and everything like that.
Bro, that's super lit because, and we're eventually gonna go back to the beginning or whatever. But just to ask really quickly, when did they officially hire you on, and how long was that until you actually started on this Monday? Or when did they send you the offer letter, basically?
End of November, early December, early December, December 1st through 5th, something like that, in the very beginning. And then they said because of the New Year and the holidays, they want us to be all fresh and stuff, so wait till January 1st and things like that. So I was like, all right, for sure. Because I wanted money, so I was like, I want to start now, but there's no.
Yeah. You're like, nah, bro, I want to start now, so it's secure. So I know when.
Yeah. I was like, anything can happen. I need to start right now. I need money. They said, wait. So I was like, all right. That's
dope, bro. That's super dope, man. So anything I ask, if you're not comfortable with answering it, or if, either one, just, be like, not too comfortable with answering that, or two, just answer it in a way that you're comfortable with it.
No.
Don't want to answer it directly.
Don't care.
Okay. All right, cool. I'm like that too, but I know some people are different. One thing and this is something personal. If you really want to do this, you can. But personally, I don't ever ask people what company they're at. And the reason why, I'm cool with us talking about it in private, but the reason why I don't like it being shared publicly is because, especially when there's a lot of people, it's over 200 people on right now, is that sometimes people who aren't in the industry yet, they start to think, oh, if he's hired there, I'm going to go ahead and apply because I'm going to get hired there too. That's cool if it's 1 or 2 or 3 people. But it'll literally be 50 plus people, and some people, not all, but some people will put your name down as a reference without asking you and being like, Dylan.
Yeah, I'll be mad. I'm not gonna lie, I'll be mad, especially if they get hired and they bad, then it makes me look bad. I'm gonna be mad.
Exactly. Because then when you want to put your friends and family on in the future, they gonna be like, nah, bro.
They was just telling me today about the referral thing and how I get paid if I refer somebody and they stay for a certain amount of time. I was like, oh, I'm about to realize that because I know some people that are hitting me up wanting to get into tech. I was like, all right, I can have a mind of stuff like that.
That is actually a huge thing in the industry that I always forget to talk about, where, companies, for those of y'all here who are in tech or you're about to get in tech, one of the other perks is that when you get your friends or family hired, most tech companies do this, where they'll pay you anywhere between, the lowest I've ever seen is $500, and the most I've seen is $10,000 or $15,000. Your company will pay you if you bring someone on, and they'll pay you depending on what kind of role you can bring someone in as. So if you bring them in on some role that they're really desperate for, and it's a really top tier role, they'll usually pay thousands of dollars to you, when they bring that person on, if they stay there for a period of time, like Dylan just mentioned.
Yeah. For AEs, we get paid I literally learned today. I'm almost forgetting a couple thousand or something like that. And then if you get a director or something like that, it's a lot of money. So that's what's up.
That's pretty dope. So, bro, so quick snapshot, and then I want to jump to just kind of jump to the questions and stuff. So you you saw me and maybe others talking about tech boot camps and the tech industry and stuff like that. You said just me?
Just you.
Okay, cool. All right, I be trying to be fake humble and be like, it probably wasn't just me, but so
nah,
all right.
Because my uncle, he's in tech, but he does coding and all that stuff. He's like real smart with all the coding and things. And I went to my grandma and I was telling her, you know, a backup plan just in case I wanted to do flight school and things like that. And I was like, as a backup plan, I could get into I was gonna do what he was doing, because he only been in the industry for like 4 or 5 years and he's making like $250K, like something crazy, and he's like 29 years old. And I was like, I'm gonna do what he's doing. And then he was telling me about the certificates, things like that, and I started looking more into it. And I was like, this looks like something I'm not gonna want to do. Sitting behind the screen, learn how to code. No, that's like, no, I'm not doing that. So then I started seeing, and then I saw you talking to AO, and I was like, oh, this seems like something I could do. And then I'm not like one of them people that think everything's a scam. You know what I mean? So I believe, especially, you know, I do my own research. I'm competent, so, you know, I can look up into things, and that's all was legit. So I was like, all right, let me do what I got to do.
Yeah, no, that's fire. Shouts out to Anthony O'Neill. A lot of people, I mean, he has a dope platform. A lot of people saw that, and a lot of people that are in tech now saw me on his podcast. So if y'all don't know, anyone who doesn't know who Anthony O'Neill is, definitely check him out. He's a dope financial dude. Just dope overall. He has a really great platform that y'all should check out. So that's fire. So you saw that. You did you were like, okay, cool. You used either myself or Anthony's discount code, because he has one too. If anybody wants to check out his content, he has a discount code as well. You did that. You did the CourseCareers bootcamp, and then now you're in tech. But we're gonna go back to the beginning, and we're gonna what did you say?
I said I did Careerist and CourseCareers. I did both.
Oh yeah, you did tell me that. You did both. So okay, rewind. So real quick, so I want you to answer this really quickly. Then we're gonna go to the beginning about what you were doing beforehand in terms of your life, your career, all of that. But why did you do both?
Okay, so because you're talking about the sales engineer thing and everything, that seemed like something more something I wanted to do more than cold calling, things like that, and do tech sales. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna do, because the way I feel about things, like I'm like competitive. I'm like, if someone else can do it, I feel as if I can do it. You know what I mean? I just put my 100% effort in everything. So I was like, all right, let me sign up and things like that. But I was like, man, I'm broke. I need money. So I wanted to hurry up, like speed up the process because that bootcamp's like a set time. Like I think it was like a month and a half or something like that. Like, and then on top of that, you have to do the internship, and then you have to wait a few months or however long it takes to get hired. I want to get money now. I want to start, you know what I mean? I want to get into the field now. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna do CourseCareers, because I'm seeing a lot of people on LinkedIn are getting like jobs and stuff off of that. So I was like, all right, let me sign up for CourseCareers. And then I finished that in like 2 weeks. And then literally like a week after, or half a week after being done or something like that, I got like a job and everything like that.
So what were you doing? So going back to the beginning, what were you doing in life before?
Man, I'm only 20, so I just got out of college. I dropped out.
Bro, you're 20 making 6 figures?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I just stopped playing football, and then I was trying to do flight school and stuff like that, but because I got ADHD, I had to wait like 5 months or something like that to hear back from them to tell me I can't even fly a plane. So then I was just doing Uber. That's all I've been doing. Literally just Uber.
Bro, did you tell me that? Because I know that's very similar to like my story. Not with the flight school. I ain't fired like that for that type of stuff. But just
planes.
Yeah, just the Lyft driving part. So you were Lyft driving.
Yeah.
I mean, dang, bro, man, I'm so happy for you, dude, because, bro, like, you're already so far ahead.
That's what everybody tells me every single time. And I be getting made fun of at my business. Like, my company, they all just be making fun of me for how old I am.
Yeah. Because
my company, I don't know if I'm gonna be in trouble or not, but they got like drinks and stuff out. Like, you can just do whatever you want.
Yeah.
They be making fun of me that I can't touch nothing, I can't do nothing. Like, it's annoying calling me a.
When do you turn 21?
June.
Okay.
So I got
I ain't that long.
Not close enough.
Bro, that's so dope, man, that, bro, you're 20, you're already like, you've already cleared 6 figures. And it's like the fact that you just got in this industry and you're already at the number that you're at. So are you comfortable with sharing with people like, so I don't keep saying like over 6 figures, like sharing with people how much the offer that they gave you?
It was 120 OTE, and then it was 65 base. I don't know why they said the base, because what we have to hit our on target is they expect nothing less. So it's like better OTE, or you know what I mean. But they're lean, they're really cool. Like we went over all this, you know what I mean, today and things like that. They give like a lot of chances and stuff. But I mean, the company that I'm at, it's real lucrative, and it's like it has a lot of opportunities. So
Yeah.
the well easily achieved.
Yeah, that's good. A lot of people always ask me a lot about the industry and about especially tech sales or sales engineering or any type of roles where there's some type of like split. And a lot of people are like, oh, I don't want to do tech sales because like they feel like making any kind of money at all is dependent on their like basically they got to sell a bunch of stuff, and it's like, yo, no, the base is really high in this industry. I'll be real with you, your split is the biggest split I've ever heard of, because usually the split is like 60-40 or 70-30 in tech sales, where okay, at 120 usually the base will be somewhere around like 80 to 90, like somewhere in that window. But the thing that's dope is that at a 65, there are some people that I know that have accepted jobs where their OTE is 65. So the fact that your base is 65, your OTE is 120, that's insane. And again, you're 3 days in, you know, at the minimum 6 months from now, maximum a year from now, your base is gonna be like 90 to 100, and your OTE is gonna be like 150, 160 plus. So bro, your income is gonna jump like crazy, and that's why I say like, man, but especially because like for real, this is something you can look up. Like we have a couple guests that are coming on the podcast that have they know how to code like your uncle. They know how to code, program, do all that technical stuff, but they actually left so they could do tech sales because the money in tech sales is like, bro, that's really a thing. And so like it's really a thing. So people throw shade at them all the time. Other coders throw shade and throw hate, but it's like, bro, I went to where the money is. I'm going to where the money is. And so the thing is, like, how you mentioned your uncle's only been in like what you said, like 5 years or something. You're all there at $250,000, bro. At 5 years, bro, you're gonna be over $250,000 in 5 years, like that's straight up. You know, so yeah, definitely. Like at the minimum, you'll be at $250,000, but like you'll definitely be over that in 5 years. And that's why I was like, bro, so crazy. By the time you're 25, you're gonna be making over $250,000, and it's like, bro, by the time you're my age, what? It's gonna be insane, super insane. So yeah, super congratulations. All right, so let's backtrack. We're talking about a lot of fluff right now, and I do want people to kind of hear more. All right, so you were Uber driving, you did both Careerist and CourseCareers. You're like, all right, let me do both. Kind of get get twice the bang for my buck in a way, so I could like apply, interview for both, and realizing, and I've talked about this a lot, how there are more tech sales openings. So people generally hit me, they're like, oh, I want to be a sales engineer because you're a sales engineer. Then there are some people like you where it's like, no, I actually like really want to do that. Either way, I generally tell people, hey, if you want to be a sales engineer, if you haven't gotten a job, I usually tell people, hey, if you haven't gotten a job as a sales engineer, like maybe around like 3 months or something, if you're not like in final round interviews, then I suggest you looking into tech sales roles as well, because the money is relatively on par and the ceiling is just as high, if not higher, than sales engineering. So I love that you went that route. But when you did the boot camp, what was your experience in the tech sales boot camp?
So tech sales, so CourseCareers?
Yeah, CourseCareers, yeah.
CourseCareers, I mean, they had the whole little Discord where you can go talk to people, ask your questions and things like that. But you know, self-paced, so you do everything on your own at your own speed, which I really liked because you can get done in a very fast couple weeks, maybe a week if you're really going at it, or it can take you a few months. Just depends on you know, what you have going on in life. I had literally nothing better to do with my life. I had no life, so I sat there all day and just, you know what I mean, I just knocked it out. So
how long did it take you to finish CourseCareers?
2 weeks.
Oh dang it, you weren't playing.
Yeah, no, I literally nothing better to do in my life. So I just sat there and knocked it out.
So what was your experience like in terms of the information? Because again, I didn't do CourseCareers. I did Careerist. So I know hella people that have done it, but I'm always trying to ask people, because people ask me, oh, what's CourseCareers like? And I'm trying to get better at like fully explaining the experience. So like, what was the experience like? Like, would you say it was beneficial? Did it like teach you some things? You're like, yeah, this was actually some good stuff.
Really the reason why I got the job, like, like hands down. For one, he like watched step by step everything you need to know. 2, how would I? He like helps you to like teaches you other ways to apply to companies. Like he'll teach you how to use this thing called Apollo, where you can pull people's like VP of sales or anything like that, like their emails, and you can email them personally, and that's things you'll actually be doing on the job. So it will like kind of impress them in a way. Like if you're applying for an entry level role and you already know how to do some things they don't have to teach you, you kind of stand out, and he gives you like a template how to like fill out the email, things like that. And then also every single time I've interviewed for a job, all my interviews, they always want to talk about CourseCareers. Like, what is that? Or I've heard about it. Interesting. Can you talk about it? And then every single time you bring it up, they're like extremely impressed. And it's like you kind of have like a step up against other people because, mind you, you're applying
you're competing. Yeah.
So.
That's fire, bro. That's actually really good to hear. I mean, I've heard people say good things about it, but and again, like in my heart, my whole mindset is like, yo, I want to make sure that the boot camps that I'm recommending are actually like really fire, not just helping people get jobs, but like even the information that they give, or that they're actually doing stuff that's like really valuable. So that's really good to hear. And especially like with certain boot camps, you have to kind of re-talk to people to be like, okay, what's happening now? Is it still quality? Is it still good? So that's super dope to hear. Yeah, I haven't heard anything bad about it. I've only heard like good things about it, which I think is really cool. So you did the boot camp. It helped you a lot in terms of like making you kind of stand out a bit more during the interview process, aside from yourself and other candidates. So there are some people. I know a couple people. So I'm always getting testimonies of people DMing me like yourself and others like, yo, I'm in tech now. It's crazy. It's dope. I did CourseCareers. I did this boot camp or that boot camp. But I've seen a couple people hit me up and they're like, yo, Cyrus, I did CourseCareers. So real quick, this will help me kind of ask this question. But between the time you finished CourseCareers, like when did you finish CourseCareers versus when you started getting offer letters?
Well, I was applying before I even finished, and
as you should.
Yeah.
Y'all hear that? Y'all do these boot camps, start applying before you finish.
Exactly. So I would say like a week. Like once I put it in my like LinkedIn that like I was attending CourseCareers and things like that, and you know how you also said be active on LinkedIn, things like that. Yeah. Jobs just started like hitting me up for interviews on interviews. Like I had quite a bit. I'm a solid interview, but I didn't pass. It's almost like practice. You know what I mean? You keep going, repetition, and then you figure out and learn along the way to make the interview more like a conversation, not like an interview. So then I started getting that down. That's when I got my job offer. So like a week.
Dang. Wait, so a week after you finished?
Yeah, I didn't wait. Yeah, now I was trying to. So like a 3-week total thing, if I'm being honest with you.
Nigga, what? 3 weeks?
Yeah.
You ain't let a month go by before you got a job. Bro, that's crazy. So roughly, I'm not sure how long you were Uber driving, but I know when I was Lyft driving, I was a dog. Like I was Lyft driving so much, I was Lyft driving a minimum of 6 days a week. And even with all the driving I was doing, and I drove overnight, so there was no traffic, so I could get more rides. And people are up overnight. There's a lot of people doing Lyft and Uber overnight that are getting rides or that are ordering rides. But I would drive from usually between like 10:30, 11 to about 5 or 6 in the morning, or until I started falling asleep. And even with all of that, on my best week, I was grossing before having to put gas in my car and the wear and tear. I was making, even on my best weeks, about like $1,000 a week. But then again, after gas and everything else, that really was kind of coming out to closer to like $750-ish a week, something like that. And of course, being tired all day and not really being able to do too much, or being too tired to do too much. So even with all of that, like what would you say you were making? Like what were you making until you jumped to your 120K?
Literally nothing. So basically that scat pack, I was Ubering that while I was doing football.
Yeah.
So
in the sky. Bro,
So,
people was probably hopping up in that mug like,
oh yeah, he got it. No, nothing. Don't ask me for literally nothing. I have to pay for the gas, you know what I mean, all that, and then my mom helped me with the insurance, but no, I barely made like anything, unless it wasn't football season. But if it was football season, say the most I made was $2,000 a month. I say.
man, bro, that's such a jump. So if you spread that over a year, that's $24K a year.
Yeah.
To 120,000.
Yeah.
Basically, what's that math? Bro, you dang near 5x your income.
Yeah.
In 3 weeks. Bro, I'm not even gonna cap. That's the fastest. I think that's the fastest I've heard. Because I've always told people, oh, I got in tech after just 8 weeks of finishing the boot camp, but collectively it's technically 12 weeks or 3 months. Bruh, for you to say in 3 weeks, you started the program, 3 weeks later, you got an offer.
It was crazy.
Bro, that's crazy, bro. And the money you gonna make in this industry,
crazy. I just wanted to get my foot in the door. I didn't care. Honestly, I was applying for jobs, man. Even if it was like I was expecting to get like, because I'm an account executive. I was expecting to get like I wanted like an SDR role. Any role, I just wanted to get into tech. So I didn't care if it was 30, 40,000. I was applying to anything.
That's the most important thing is just getting in. So it's crazy that you got your offer, but even if it was 70,000 OTE, whatever, it's like that's the most important thing.
Exactly.
But my bad, I took your thunder. Go ahead and rap.
No, I was just saying, like, I didn't care what it was, because at the end of the day, I know, you know, you can scale further and make a lot more. So as long as you just get your foot in the door, then you become more desirable than the other people trying to get in. So I didn't care, but I guess you could say very lucky. I feel like, you know, luck, hard work, but also I feel like luck at the same time plays into it. So, but you just have to capitalize on the lucky situations, I guess, you get into. So that's what I did.
Bro, that's insane, bro. Bro, if this was Drink Champs, I know I'm drinking right now. This is Drink Champs. This would be the moment where I'm like, give a round of applause. Everybody start clapping. Everybody start clapping. Yo, bro, that's so crazy. The more, this is why, like, one of the things I love about when people DM me and they kind of like tell me like, oh yeah, I'm in tech now. It's like, I try not to dig too much. It's like, I'll ask a few questions just to see if they got a good offer or not. Cause some people are like, oh, I accepted a job in tech, and they'll say like, yeah, I accepted an offer where I'm getting paid like 40,000, 45,000. And I'll kind of be like, I'll usually say, yo, accept it, but keep applying to others to see if there's something else. And so, but outside of that, I try not to ask too much, because I like to really be like, I like my reactions and I like everything to be genuine. I like to really like feel it, like straight up.
Yeah.
And so, bro, man, dude. Oh my gosh, bro! I remember. I'm about to sound like an old man, and I'm not that old, but bro, I legit remember I was 20 years old. I was working at a call center, getting paid $10 an hour, and I remember there was this girl who sat next to me at the call center. I had the biggest crush on her, and I remember I was talking to her. She was real cool people. She was beautiful. She only dated rich dudes, but she wasn't one of those women who dated rich dudes that acted funny towards dudes that didn't have money.
Mm-hmm.
But she was mad cool. We'd hang out, everything. We'd be talking. And I asked her, like, we were just having a conversation, and I found out in the conversation, she was like, yeah, I only date guys, they have to make it minimum like $100,000. I remember that was the first time I even heard someone say someone is making like 100,000. That number sounded like unfathomable to me. I was like, there are like men out here making $100,000, even though they're millionaires. It just sounds weird to meet a woman and for her to be like, oh yeah, they have to make at least $100,000. And so it's so wild that was me at 20, but you at 20, you're already at 120K, bro. That's so wild, and that doesn't even step into the other stuff, bro. So anyway, I'm just like super happy for you, man. So all right, so let's get back to it. So you accept this offer from a company. It's a SDR, BDR. Like, what is it?
I'm an account executive, AE.
Oh, it's an AE role.
I skipped SDR. I went straight to.
This story getting crazier and crazier. So for those of y'all who don't know, For those of y'all who don't know, in tech sales, usually the ranking goes like either SDR or BDR, depending on the company. SDR stands for Sales Development Representative. BDR stands for Business Development Rep. And usually, sometimes the company is like SDR, BDR 1, and then SDR, BDR 2. And then it's account executive, but it's what's called an SMB account executive for small to medium-sized businesses, or VSB account executives. For him to start out an account executive, first off, that explains how your OTE is so high. I'm not even gonna lie, because 120K OTE, I've only seen one person that was a SDR where I think their OTE was like 120K, but that was like a unicorn. I was like, what? That's weird. So that makes a lot more sense, but also that's even doper because, again, that gives you a lot more wiggle room because automatically you're starting out with a certain level of rank. So that's not even, that's entry level for AE, but it's not entry level for tech sales. So automatically that gives you, bro, if you want to, oh my God, bro, you're in such a dope position because SDR, BDR, even if they want to jump tech companies, they have a tougher time jumping and getting a higher salary because it's such an entry-level role. Bro, companies want AE so bad, and the fact that you're going to have that on your resume,
it's game over.
Bruh, that's stupid, bro. Because people talk a lot about job security, but one of the things that we shouldn't focus on job security, we should focus on career security. Mm-hmm. And it's like the fact that this career, you know, one company could do hiring freezes or layoffs. There's 10 new companies that popped up and 100 other companies that are still hiring. So like you have such career security out the gate, especially, bro, you know, you busted out for the next 3 months, bro, you're super good. Mm-hmm. You already had companies reaching out to you, so it's about to get super crazy. But dang, man, you got an AE role. That's super solid. So an AE, for those who don't know, it means account executive. So that's dope. So you got an account executive role. You just started Monday. So how long did they tell you how long your orientation is? You're probably gonna be on orientation for a couple of weeks or something, or a week or something.
No, I'm just here till. Do you mean like ramp up period or just like?
So like ramp up everything until like, did they give you an idea as to when you might hit the floor?
Oh, like I hit the floor when I get back Monday. So when I get back, but I'm like ramping up and like having someone over my shoulder for like 2 months. So it's like 2 months. They're gonna be like over me, like helping me ramp up and everything like that, get up to speed, cool. And then after that, it's you gotta hit the ground and stuff like that and start producing.
Yeah, that's good. And probably in a few months, maybe 3 or 4 months, we might have to like kind of redo this or something to talk about like what it's been like for you. Because I had someone on last week. She's been doing her job in tech sales now for about 3 or 4 months. And I have a lot of friends that are in tech sales. And yeah, one of the things they talk about is how, when they're actually out there in the field, it's weird to say in the field because you're like working remote from the crib. But when you're out there in the virtual field, like the level of, you'll have a lot of support, but you won't have any micromanaging. Like for the majority of tech companies, it's not micromanaging. They just let you do your job and they trust that you're doing your job type of thing. So that happened. So that'll be just a couple months until that happens. What are some of like the benefits and perks and stuff that your company gave you?
You get equity in the company. Let's see, benefits.
Can you explain? This is gonna sound real ghetto, but some people don't know what equity means. So can you like explain what it means that you get equity?
And I'm probably gonna do a terrible job.
Yeah,
we barely go over it. We did go over it today.
So I got you. So because that is, I recently just really learned what equity in a company was, like maybe right before I got in tech. So equity. So for those who don't know, equity in a company essentially means that aside from your salary, you're vested in your company's success. So literally, the more successful your company becomes, the more money they're making. It's basically like you're a part owner of your company. So you're not just working for the company, you're actually a part owner. You're a small owner of the company. So as the company grows in its success, that's like money outside of your salary. That's other money that grows. You know, so I'm assuming you might not notice that because you just started at the company, but maybe let me know later. We tap in again if your company. I'm assuming your company isn't public if you have equity in the company, because I'm assuming it is public. I mean, your company probably is public, because for those who don't know, yeah, thanks Malachi. Yeah, and Jared's in the comments too. Yo, bro, somebody you need to tap in with real quick. I don't know if you see the dude whose name is Doc Taj in the comments. Bro, Dylan, definitely tap in with him. The dude's name is Doc Taj in the comments. He has been in tech sales for like well over 10 years. He speaks at like big, all types of events. He has 1,000 connections. He knows a lot about this industry, especially in, first off, in general, more than I know, but especially like within tech sales. So definitely tap in with him. For you and anybody else who's here who's in tech sales, Jared's a dope person to tap in with, a really great knowledge source. But anyway, off of that, so yeah, so basically as a company becomes more successful, this is like a very elementary way to explain it. As they become more successful, it's kind of like an investment that you didn't manually put into the company. It's an automatic investment. So at some point, I'm not sure when the point is, but at some point you'll usually be able to like pull that investment out. But then there are other companies that aren't public, like my first company, Dialpad. Dialpad, since they weren't public, it was like kind of the same thing, but it's like, you know, they start you off with an investment. And if I had stayed at Dialpad, let's say I stayed at Dialpad for 5 years, the investment was, if I stayed there for 5 years, the investment was projected to be somewhere between $400,000 to $600,000. So that would have been a $400,000 to $600,000 check I would have got outside of my salary working at the job. So that's why, just to give y'all perspective, how dope it is to be like, oh, I have equity in a company, or I have this or I have that. This ain't like some little play like, oh, cool, you know, you get some little money on the side. No, this is like, depending on how you play it, is like big money, like money where you can take that, you can buy a house or 2 houses, depending on where you buying a house. You can really like use that money for some big stuff. So that's fire. So they give you equity, and I'm gonna let you just kind of rant right now, because right now I think the wine's getting to me.
What you want me to rant about?
Yeah, so some of the other stuff. So you mentioned they gave you equity in the company.
Yo, for everybody who is listening and you're thinking that you're interested in a career in tech sales, I suggest you check out CourseCareers. CourseCareers is a tech boot camp that you can do entirely from home. It's entirely virtual and it's self-paced. So that means you can knock it out in as early as 2 weeks, or even take a few months if you need to. Now, the really cool thing about CourseCareers is that they're actually partnered with multiple tech companies that are hiring their students right after finishing the program. The great thing about CourseCareers is that with those partnerships, they're able to guarantee you jobs with some of their partner companies. Now, beyond that alone, the other cool thing we want to tell you about them is that CourseCareers is actually only $500. That's it, nothing more, nothing less. But since we partner with CourseCareers, they're offering our audience a discount of $50 off that already low price. So make sure you use our discount link that we have below, so that way you can take advantage of that $50 off that already low price. Do CourseCareers at your own pace and let us know what job you end up getting from it.
We kind of went over like briefly the debt, everything like that. Like, of course, like the dental and things like that, the pet insurance, like all your insurances and things like that. What else was it? The 401k matching. I think that's really all the benefits I can really. Mine also where I have to commute there. They have like a gym we can use. They have that.
They have a gym like at your company's building?
Yeah, they got a gym. They got a pool there. It's cool. It's like it's pretty cool.
So you said that's if you commute there, because you work remote, correct?
Nah, Monday I do the rest. I gotta go there.
Okay, cool. So Monday, all right, so cool. So this first week you're remote, and then Monday you go into the office. So, okay, cool. All right, that makes a lot of sense. Because I was gonna ask you about like your home office setup. I was like, is it your home office setup? I'm like, what are the other stuff? So okay, cool. That makes a lot of sense. So Monday you go there, and I'm assuming it's like in your city, right?
Nope.
It's not.
I gotta commute. When I'm telling you, I just wanted to get in the industry. I did what I had to do. Do you know California like well? Like, do you know like cities?
I know that everything in California is far away from everything in California. I know that.
Well, it's pretty far, but I'm doing what I got to do.
Yeah, no, that's super lit. So when you say pretty far, I'm curious, like how far? Like it's like an hour and a half, Like, what is it?
Let's say no traffic, it'll be like an hour traffic. Like when I went there, because I went to go meet everybody and stuff, I got there like 4:30. I looked how long it said how long it'll take me to get home. It said 3 hours and 30 minutes. I said no.
Woo!
So
Well, you better catch a flight for that type of
not the traffic, because it's from LA to where I'm at. So the traffic in LA is no joke.
It's not, bruh. It's really not. And y'all traffic is like almost 24/7. Like it's just traffic.
I'll be going out there on like Saturday in the midday and it's traffic, and I'm just wondering like why. It makes zero sense. So it is what it is.
Yeah, no, but bro, man, I love so much like your tenacity, and because I think one of the things that's happening right now, I love the whole notion of people knowing their worth. I love that. That's cool. But there are people that are missing out on like how your mindset is like, you're like, yo, okay, I'm gonna have to drive, I'm gonna have to go into the office, all this stuff. But you're thinking of the bigger picture.
Yeah.
Somebody just put in a comment, they're like, yo, it's not gonna last forever. It's like it's gonna be anywhere between 6 months to depending on really, it's gonna be anywhere as long as you decide until you either one are like, okay, I want to go ahead and move closer, or I'm gonna go ahead and accept a completely remote offer, or I'm gonna accept the offer somewhere else. So it's really as long as you want to keep it. But I love your tenacity, because I think one of the things I've been running into is so many people that are getting in this industry, that their mindset is like, I'm not doing this, I'm not doing that, I'm not doing this, I'm not doing that. And it's like, bruh, like, especially when you're trying to get in this industry.
Yeah, I'm nothing special. Gotta do what I gotta do. So
man, like, and yeah, get what you can get, but don't do too much haggling to where it's like, nah, I'm not accepting that $120,000 OT because I'm gonna have to drive to the office. Like,
it's crazy.
Yeah, but I think maybe part of it is because maybe you being that athlete mentality, you being an athlete, you understanding like, yo, you gotta grind it out, you gotta really like get it in and put that work in type of thing. I think that's something that's like really missing today from a lot of people. So, bro, I love your mentality so much. Just everything along the way of what you said you've been doing, bro. You're like really on it, bro. I'm sure you're already gonna do this, bro. But definitely continue this mentality that you have, bro. Like your drive, like just your level of focus, your level of being like, yo, I'm gonna do what I gotta do, whatever, bro. Because you're gonna kill it, dude. You're gonna kill it like straight up. And also be just a good representation in this industry for like your family, yourself, our community, like all of that. Because that's important. I low-key do feel weird whenever I see people getting in the industry, whether because myself or someone else, and they're doing the bare minimum and they want to laugh about it. And I'm like, bro, I don't like that, because you're making us look lazy and bad. Like that's like not a good look. So yeah, bro, I love it, dude. I super love it. So that's lit. That's lit. So I saw so what we're gonna do now. So I'll ask this one last question, then we'll kind of transition over. So what does it feel like, bros? I've been saying all this stuff, asking you what's this, what's that, what's this. What does it feel like? Like, what does it feel like? Where's your headspace at? Like, what are you thinking?
I'm always like a person with goals, right? So I got like my notes, and I got like stuff I need to check off and things that I want, stuff like that. So I'm always thinking ahead. I'm thinking about, like how you said, like in a few years, what I could and should be making and things like that. So that's basically what I am, like where I'm at right now. And also it's like, it didn't feel real until like I got here.
Yeah.
Like there's no way I did this, like, and I have no college, no degree, no nothing. And I'm just waiting for, the first check to hit, and then go in and just start grinding, make a name for myself, I say. So that's kind of where I'm at. I'm ready to start grinding. I'm like excited.
I will say your first and I mean you're a supervisor or a manager. They're gonna tell you this stuff and break it down better than I can. But your first and second check aren't gonna fully reflect like how much you make. But what you're gonna notice is your check. So it's gonna be a nice check, but it's not gonna fully reflect how much you make. But what you're gonna notice is like it's gonna like gradually increase, especially because you're in tech sales, and as you kind of understand your job better and do it better, you're gonna see like that jumping. So, and I just say that because I remember like when I got my first check as a sales engineer, it's some similarities to tech sales. I remember when I got my first check, I was like, this is the biggest check I've ever gotten by far. But I was like, but it's still not as much as I thought it was going to be. But then like, as the next check and then the next check, then it was like, okay, all right, these are more what I'm talking about. These is more what I'm talking about.
Yeah, they said at mine it's 3. We get 3. First one is your base pay, second one is the commission, and then the third one is your base pay.
Oh, that's fire! I ain't never seen that before. Bro, I'm low key. I'm like, you know what? I'm happy for. I ain't gonna say I'm hating. I'm happy for you.
No, it's good.
What did your family say? So when you told your family, yo, I just got this offer, because I low key know. I don't know your family, but I know how sometimes like people could be like, you did this program, the job gave you what?
Yeah, nobody believed me at first. They thought I was just well. Let me not say that. My grandma did get me the course, the Careerist. So she spent her money. Yeah, she did that. But then I didn't want to wait, so then I was asking my mom for to do the CourseCareers thing. And yeah, CourseCareers shit. So I was like, my mom was like, I don't know, blah blah blah. I was like, I promise you, I'll get a job if I do this. Like I know I will.
Yeah.
And I knew she'd say yes. I mean, you know, I just knew she would. But anyway, over and over again, and then finally said yes, and then I finished it, grinded it out, and got a job and things like that. So they believed in me heavily. They did everything. They always provide for me and things like that. Because of them, I'm where I'm at.
Bro, I love your family. I don't even know your family, bro, but I love your family. Like just their belief in you, they're supporting you. So I think, man, that's just something like we just don't see a lot nowadays, bro. So, bro, I really just love like, bro. I mean, I guess a lot of it speaks to like your mentality and who you are. Like I know I kind of gave a lot of credit to you being in sports, which I'm sure that had benefit. But just kind of hearing like the support from your family. I'm like, man, I could imagine just the role they played in your life. I'm sure it was super imperfect, like most families are, but it's just really dope, like seeing their support. But what was their reaction when you told them, yo, I got an offer, like I actually got an offer letter? And what was their like reaction when you're like, yeah, I just started, I'm just starting?
So because this company hit me up on LinkedIn, like they messaged me and everything like that. So when I told my grandma about that, she was like, oh, okay, blah, blah, blah. And then we just like kind of left it to the side because the money they were talking about, I didn't know if I was really going to get the job. Then it was an account executive role. So I'm like, I'm not even really applying for that. I was trying to get an SDR role. So it's like, this sounded too good to be true.
Yeah.
So for me, it's like, I'm like, okay, I'm going to do the interview anyway. So I practiced the interview with my grandma and things like that. So we were like going over what I'll possibly going through and things. And then when I told her I got the job, she was just like happy. Now she was a little drunk or a little tipsy too. So it was a little overdone. It was a little overdid, but she was happy. I could tell she was tipsy and overdid because she promised like, oh yeah, we're going to go out to eat and celebrate. And then I brought it up and she was like, no, you going to be paying. Since you got all that money now, you're going to be paying. And I'm like, I don't got no money right now, so I really don't know what you're talking.
I ain't got that check yet. Hold up now. I ain't got the check yet.
So that never went through. And then, and then my mom was happy for me. And then my dad was like, he was proud of me too. So everybody was like really happy for me. And then
you said, and then what?
And no, like everybody was like really happy for me and proud of me and things like that. And like how fast, because it was like real quick, you know what I mean? Like I did the CourseCareers thing and then like
3 weeks, that's super quick. Like what are you talking about?
Yeah, so it was kind of like unbelievable, but we're here now. So now, you know, the next thing is make sure I keep the job and things like that, you know, do what I got to do to be consistent and stuff. So that's preaching to me now.
Yeah, no, I think, let me pin this because people keep asking what the course was, blah, 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 blah. So, man, bro, that's so dope, man. Oh, bro, I'm just so hyped. Like, I'm just so hyped about this stuff, man. Like, I mean, you'll see this too. I mean, I encourage you, obviously do whatever you want to do with your life, but I definitely encourage you in the future, because I'm sure CourseCareers, because they do it, like they reached out to me and did it with me, and I'm sure when you do CourseCareers, they give you a discount code and stuff too, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Bro, again, focus more on your job, like way more on your job. Like you mentioned, like kill it at your job so you get good at it, all that good stuff. But then, bro, at some point, if you care to, if you want to, like, bro, definitely put other people on and stuff like that.
have messaged me and things like when I posted it. And I remember one time someone hit me up. He was like, "I'll pay you if you help me do this." Blah blah. I was like, "Bro, I'll do this for free. Like, I really don't care." So people always hit me up all the time, and I'll tell them everything that I did or what needs to happen. And then some people don't like never did any of the course creating thing like that. I'm like, "All right, well, just show me your resume, what you have." And then I'll be like, "All right, first get a LinkedIn." Then I walk them through what I did. I tell them it'll be easy if they did course careers or something like that. But if they want to try it out, I'll help anybody. I really don't care.
Yeah, it's definitely possible. It's possible for some people to get jobs in tech sales. It's like specifically for like SDR, BDR roles without a degree or a boot camp or anything like that. But the boot camp makes it makes it significantly easier. It makes it significantly easier.
Without it, I don't think I'd be. I know for a fact I wouldn't be where I'm at. But some people get lucky or they already had previous sales experience. You never know. But,
yeah, exactly. Yeah, there's a lot of factors that play in with that. That's super lit, bro. So, so we've been rapping a lot, talking a lot. I don't know when Instagram is gonna try to kick me off. If it does, so what I want to do right now. First, I'll say what I want to do right now. It's a lot of people in the chat, a lot of people in the comments. I would like for us to, everybody send your questions to the question box that's down below. If you don't know where the question box is, ask in the chat, "Hey, where's the question box?" And somebody will be a good Samaritan. Will tell you where the question box is. But any questions y'all have, put them down in the question box down below. I'm gonna bring up the questions, and and I'll let you answer the questions. If it's something that you're like, I'm not really sure how to answer that, because again, like, y'all have grace. He just started 3 days ago. He did the boot. He could talk about. There's a bunch of stuff he can talk about. But anything you can't answer, or anything that I'm like, okay, I also want to give like additional information to it, I'll touch on it. But I'll really just kind of let you rap, because I've been talking a whole lot during this conversation. So I'm about to pull up the first question. I'm gonna read it out, and yeah, bro, you can answer it if you feel comfortable answering it. All right, cool. So first question: how did you convince your employer to bet on you without you having any actual experience in the industry?
That's the question. One was the CourseCareers thing. They talked about that. Second thing is because of what I did was to get like a job when you have zero experience, you have to be really creative into convincing them how your previous experience ties into what you're trying to get. And that's also what CourseCareers teaches you. It's kind of common sense, but CourseCareers teaches you and kind of emphasize that. So what I did was I never worked. I never really did anything. The most I did that was close to work besides Uber is Amazon, and I was hiding in the bathroom the whole time anyway, so that don't count.
I'm dead.
Was football. So I connected football into sales, and I was really, really good at that. So I would say how I always saw of familiar. I'm not even gonna try to say it. I don't care. Whatever. Anyway, I always saw how they were kind of the same on how when it comes to football, you get out whatever you put in it like that. So that's how I basically got them to bet on me and things like that. Just you gotta have, I guess, a good game. You gotta be able to talk, show, because when you're in tech sales and things, you have to be good on the phone. So be good in interviews, show that you're able to talk and things like that, and they'll bet on you and things like that. Especially if they like you. So try to conversate with them.
Yeah. So so for anybody, I love what he said. Anything that, if you're a type of person where you're like, yo, I don't like talking to people, I don't like interacting with people, I don't like communicating, and it's like it might not be for you. Not necessarily extrovert or introvert. People confuse extrovert and introvert with, if you're an extrovert, you're not a good communicator. There are plenty of introverts that are really good communicators. There are a lot of introverts that are sales engineers or in tech sales that are way better than me at being a sales engineer, and they're really good at communicating things. So, but if you're a type of person where you're like, yo, I really hate interacting with people, I don't want to talk to people at all, whatever, then it might not be a thing for you. So I do want to address that. But yeah, everything you said is straight money. All right, so next question. Did anyone help you with your resume? And they also asked for any tips, but we're not like resume experts. As much as I know about resumes and what recruiters look for and don't look for, I'm not even like really, I'm very hesitant to tell people about your resume. Yeah. So if you want, DM me and I'll refer y'all to people that I know that can tell y'all about what to do in your resume. But for the first part of the question, did anyone help you with your resume?
Yeah. So the first one was Careerist. They did the whole little tweaking thing. I had first was going on the websites where they will just generate it, and that was no good. That did nothing. So Careerist, they first did it. But then when I did CourseCareers, they was because I wanted to tailor it to exactly what I was trying to do. So they was saying, you know, he was saying exactly how it should be, and he gave a template. So I guess you can say both of them. So CourseCareers and Careers did my resume for me.
That's lit. I didn't even know CourseCareers did that. So I know, obviously, I know Careers did it, but I didn't even know CourseCareers did it. That's fire. All right. So someone asked, what level of LinkedIn did you get? And where did you learn to create your profile?
What level? What does that mean? What does he mean? What level of LinkedIn did I get?
So LinkedIn has, you can get like a kind of a, so LinkedIn is different from other social media platforms in the sense that you actually could get a non-paid version and then a paid version. So they have different tiers.
I had the paid version, like I did the trial, and I was like, by the end of this trial, I literally got like my job thing on the last day of the trial too. That's crazy.
Bro, so, that's crazy. Yo, fuck this nigga got favor. Like, this is crazy how much favor you got. No, this junk is so much favor. This is actually really insane.
It's like really on the last day of my my thing. Yeah, so I got my job thing, and then yeah, so I had the paid thing because it helps you reach out to recruiters and people of companies that you want to apply to.
Bro, that's crazy. That's dope though. That's super dope. All right, so what did you, y'all going in on LinkedIn, man, shoot. Hold up now, LinkedIn gonna have to pay us like some type of brand, some type of something to keep talking about them. But anyway, what did you feel was pivotal, the wine starting to hit me. What do you feel was pivotal on LinkedIn to get the role that you got? I feel like you kind of addressed this a little bit earlier, and so, but I'll still let you rap though.
Dig in deeper. What you mean by that? What do you mean by what do I think was pivotal for?
Like Drewski. What do you mean by that? What do you mean by that? I mean, they saying, what do you feel was pivotal on LinkedIn to get the role you got? Like basically, what do you think that you were doing specifically that really helped you out? I think they might have came on late after you talked about your LinkedIn and people basically companies hitting you up and stuff.
Yeah, no. So what I did, literally the only thing I changed was I did everything that CourseCareers said to do for your LinkedIn, and when I did everything that they said to do, and I put them as that I'm attending there as an internship and things like that, I immediately started getting like jobs hitting me up like immediately. So that's all I really did.
Yeah. Wait, my bad. You said you put in there that you were in there for an internship.
You said to put.
You know.
So
you know what's so funny, and I'll tell people this, bro. Tech companies, no shade, ladies. I love y'all. Y'all are amazing. All that. Don't treat me like Andrew Tate. But listen. Companies are like women, where 9 times out of 10, if they think you don't have a job, they don't really want you. They like, I already know. As soon as they see you're in an internship or you got a job, or basically you're in a relationship with some type of company, they like, oh, hold up now, you boyfriend material, or in this example, you're you're employee material. We want you now. We want to bring you on. Yeah, y'all heard the disclaimer. Somebody does a disclaimer. Anyway, y'all know I love y'all. I love everybody. But no, that's funny though. No, that's super cool. Oh, cool. Yeah, this is actually a good different direction to go. They asked, can you tell me about your experience with Careerist? Did they teach you demos? They said they're enrolled with CourseCareers and they start Careerist Monday. Oh, so they're doing both too. So they're enrolled in CourseCareers. They start Careerist Monday. Do you feel like Careerist can prepared you confidently to apply as a sales engineer?
If I'm I mean,
bro, be honest, bro. Like,
okay, yeah, okay, I'll be 100% honest. Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. No, well, it was mainly my fault, to be honest with you. Because once I did CourseCareers, like I said, I was like really invested in that, and I knew I was gonna get a job off of that. And then once I got my job, I was still in the middle of Careerist. So I really stopped paying attention because I'm like, I kind of got what I needed. I still passed Careerist and everything like that. They like teach you. I can't answer to if it'll help me get a software a SE role or not because I didn't apply and I don't have one. So I can't really answer to that. I guess.
Yeah. Now that's an honest answer. I'm pretty sure people ask me all the time, like, yo, Cyrus, you know, why'd you do Careerist? Is it because it's better than CourseCareers? I'm like, well, I did Careerist because I didn't CourseCareers. I don't even think CourseCareers was around when I did Careerist. I think it was like very new. You know, I mean, it's new, but they're at least a year old at this point. But at the time, for me, it was like very new. So, but I'm like, no, CourseCareers is actually very dope. If at the time, like, I don't regret doing Careerist. It was great for me. But I'm like, yeah, if like, let's say I was jumping in the industry right now and I had both routes to go, I would go CourseCareers. Even if I wanted to be a sales engineer, I would go CourseCareers first, get that bag in tech sales, and get that experience in the tech industry. And then once I got the bag, maybe my second, my third, fourth check, whatever, after I kind of flex a little bit, after that, okay, take the checks, pay for Careerist, and then do Careerist to get a sales engineering job. Mm-hmm. So, you know, that would have been my thing. Now, if I had like family like yours, and I'm also not trying to like overpraise your family and stuff. But like if I had family like yours, where like, yo, like they believe in me, like your family believes in you, that, you know, all that stuff. But they're like, yo, yeah, we'll look out, we'll invest in this. And I knew about both boot camps, I probably would have did both as well. But that makes sense. Yeah, if I was doing both boot camps and then one of them, like I got a job in one of them and it's a 6-figure job, like I'm like, nigga, why am I worried about you for? What am I worried about you for?
Yeah.
I got a job already.
Yeah, I got what I came for. We got it.
Yeah, no, that's super real. That's super real, bro. Man, love that, dude. Yeah, so for y'all, I want to be very clear. I talk about these boot camps. I think these boot camps are great. These boot camps have helped me and helped 1,000 people. But I'm also not here to shy away from like any. Yeah, somebody said Careerist is good to me. Again, I mentioned it's still a decent boot camp. So I'm not here to slander them, and I'm not here to like hide anything that if somebody's like, yeah, this wasn't this, this wasn't that. It's like we don't keep it 1,000. We're here to keep it 1,000, like straight up. So. All right, cool. Let's go to the next question. Next question. Okay, cool. We addressed these, or you addressed these already? Yeah. So someone asked, how do I get into Edtech? I'll just kind of answer this really quickly. So Edtech, for those who don't know, is educational technology. So in the tech industry, there are a lot of sub-industries in tech. Or not necessarily sub-industries, but more so certain, whatever. We'll just keep it at that. We'll keep it as sub-industries because the wine right now making me not be able to think properly. So with that, you have educational technology, you have fintech or financial technology, you have health tech or like healthcare and technology, you have fit tech, like fitness and technology, like literally the list goes on and on. You know, food tech, like technically DoorDash is a food tech company. Uber Eats is a food tech company. Even though Uber in general is a transportational tech company. So every industry is, because again, I tell people all the time, the tech industry is taking over everything. So everything is either a tech company, it's a tech company, or it's a company that wasn't a tech company that now is becoming a tech company, but they're merging tech into their industry. So even real estate, like the list goes on and on. So with that being said, Edtech is educational technology, whether you're talking some type of tech that's relating to schools or some type of educational, something within education. So how you get, usually there are a lot of people that are like, oh, I love being in real estate. I love being a realtor, but I also want the tech bag. How do I merge both? And it's like, well, you have to strategically like apply to interview with, look at companies that are specific within that niche, but tech companies. But I encourage people, bro, just like you said earlier, Dylan, how you're like, I was trying to get my foot in the door. I encourage people, don't limit yourself to just tech companies that are within your niche, because again, you're limiting yourself to those companies. So yeah, apply to those companies, use your transferable skills to get into those companies. But thank you. The homie Jared just put Prop Tech is a real estate tech company. So yeah, that's a great example right there. So yeah, don't shy away from those opportunities, but also don't limit yourself to those opportunities. I just want to kind of share that. But that's how you get into a specific type of tech field. Bro, this chair is creaking a lot. It's starting to annoy me. Okay, they're asking about other stuff. Oh, sales engineering. Yeah, they're asking about sales engineering. I would be able to answer this, but I'm trying to kind of let most of the questions be something that that Dylan's able to answer. I'm gonna skip past that. Just DM me that privately, or DM me that because it'll automatically be private. Whatever. Next question is, yeah, how did you prep for interviews? It's so weird because like you literally got a job, and I'm not trying to downplay like your skill set, but it's like, yeah, but my bad. I'm gonna go ahead and let you answer the question. I'm still just tripping off that. That's wild.
How did I prep for the interview? Well, my mom literally just went over like cars and things like that, and then talking to the mirror. That's about it, if I'm being honest with you. Going over it over and over again, and then like the CourseCareers thing, they kind of tell you the questions that they're going to ask and things like that. So I kind of was prepared for everything that they're going to. And then on top of that, like trial and error. So I took a lot of interviews and things like that. I interviewed with a lot of companies, so I would notice the things that I did wrong. Like I would kind of like reflect on it and be like, okay, I could have did better. I could have did that better, and then I just.
Okay, cool. That's lit. I didn't even know, because I think one of the things I think I'm starting to appreciate more and more about CourseCareers is that I think at the beginning of the year, they didn't have like any type of real interview training. And they didn't even have like any like LinkedIn type of assistance. And so it's dope that like, as the time is going on, their program has gotten better and better and provided more and more to really help their students. And I love that. Like I love when a boot camp or a program is like, yeah, we're helping people get in the industry, but we still want to reinvest into what we're doing to help people even better. Because all the stuff you're saying, when you talk about the interview training, the LinkedIn stuff, 7-8 months ago when I was talking to people who did CourseCareers, and they were getting jobs too, but they're like, yeah, they don't do that. They don't do this, they don't do that. And I was like, oh, that's actually crazy. And so now talking to you, and that's why it's good to have these conversations and not think, oh, I know everything about the boot camp. You know, it's like, it's dope to hear the updates and stuff that they've been doing.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody saying something crazy in the comments?
Yes.
Man, it'd be crazy. It'd be crazy. Let's see. Oh, cool. This from the homie Jared. So what was the most challenging or memorable interview question, and how did you answer it? That's a good question.
To be honest, I keep hearing stories. They kept saying how they're going to ask the craziest question. They never did for me. I got all the easy questions. It was literally just tell me about yourself. And
tell me about yourself.
Yeah, tell me about you. It was like dumb. And then what's the worst question? One company asked me like the most specific thing about like who do I think they would target and why do I think they would target them, something like that. And then like that just like threw me off because the recruiter told me on the phone it's gonna be just a normal phone call. We just gonna talk about just like get to know each other. And then he asked me the craziest thing out the blue, and I was like, oh man. So then but I'm like really like I'm really like good on my feet, so somehow I got through that. But they for sure didn't call back. I did terrible on that one, so they didn't call me back. And then yeah, that's like my question.
Let me pin what the homie Jared just said. Well, Jared, bro, can you what you just put in the comments? Can you please like maybe DM me that so I can screenshot that and put that in a story post so people can check that out, because that'll be super helpful. Thanks, bro. Yo, real quick, I want to shout out Jared, who like Buddy is like a super elite dude in tech. him and then other people that are here, like everybody who's here in the comments, where especially those of y'all who like, I know y'all and I know like y'all have other stuff y'all could be doing. Y'all are already in tech and y'all are here like helping other people out. Like I appreciate y'all so deeply, like really helping other people, you know, so that means a lot. We definitely appreciate that. So, all right. So we're gonna do a couple more questions, and then as offset, not offset, as it wasn't offset. It wasn't. No, it was offset. As Offset said in the interview with Joe Budden and them a couple years ago at that hip hop event when they started arguing. We're gonna wrap it up then. So my bad. There's probably people here like, what is this nigga talking about? Like, we just trying to talk about tech. You talking about Offset? Oh no, it wasn't Offset. It was Takeoff. RIP Takeoff. It was Takeoff that said, wrap it up then. Who got left off bad and bougie? It look like I left off bad and bougie. My bad, John. I'm trying to find an answer. I know I'm not just trying to say crazy stuff. Oh, cool. Is CourseCareers only self-paced, or is there a virtual classroom option?
Self-paced. And then on top of that, there's like a Discord where you can like interact with other people and you guys can help each other out or practice interviews and things like that. Of course, study together.
That's lit. That's lit. So someone asked, which class did you take? Was it the $500 class or the $4,000 class? He took both. I'll answer that for him. He did both of them. But he's in tech directly via the $500 class. The one that's pinned. I wouldn't pin the one that's pinned if that wasn't the one we're mainly talking about. Yeah, someone else. I'll let you answer. This is a quick answer, so this won't count as your last question. But did CourseCareers better prepare you for an AE role, or did Careerist?
CourseCareers.
Yeah, I knew the answer, but I was like, I don't have to answer everything just because I know the answer. All right, somebody asked, how does OTE work? Just look at the FAQs in my bio. Like, hit the FAQs in my bio. I break down. So for those who don't know, I didn't mention this earlier. I have hella FAQs in my bio. Click the link in my bio. Go to where it says FAQs. Click on it, and you'll see. Just scroll through and see which FAQ you want to see an answer for. Someone said, I want to say thank you for giving this information and basically helping people rewrite their futures. Can I do this bootcamp while working my full-time job? I appreciate your input. Congratulations, Dylan. And yeah, I'll let you answer that, Dylan. Like, and I truly believe that thank you is for both of us. Because at the end of the day, bro, you're here. You're not getting paid for this. It was funny when I first used to start going live with people. People used to think I was paying people. It was so funny. People would like DM people that came on my live and was like, oh, is he paying you? Like, oh, did he pay you? It's like, ain't nobody getting no check for this. Ain't getting no check other than just being in tech. But she asked, she said congratulations, but she wants to know, could she do CourseCareers part-time?
Yeah, my friend that I told about the thing, he has a full-time job, still finish the course and everything like that. I want to say in like a month and a half, so it's doable. Just got to put in the time whenever you have a chance to do it. So yeah.
Yeah. Most people that I know who've done this course or any of the other courses or boot camps, whatever, they've had like full-time jobs and stuff. So yeah, most of these are like, one of the things I personally try to do, and I'm not telling you that you have to do this, bro. Like, bro, do whatever you feel led to do. But one of the things I try to avoid boot camps that are like what are called income shared agreements. And maybe during your research, you've seen some of those where they're like, oh, it's nothing up front, but once you get a job, you have to pay us $30,000 over the next 2 or 4 years. It's like, bro, nah, I don't promote those boot camps. And a lot of those boot camps pay a lot. Like when it comes to like affiliate stuff, oh my gosh. One of them was like, yep, we'll pay you $1,500. And I tried to do it for like a month, and I was like, I just don't feel comfortable with this because I feel like it's so many people, because there was a lot of people that wanted to do it because they didn't have any money. And I was like, I kept trying to tell them, bro, don't do this other boot camp. But I was like, I just have to stop promoting it in general because I don't want to rechain people into being in debt for the next 2 to 4 years. I really want people like yourself, like myself, where we get this money and it's just our money. Like it's just our money, like straight up. Yeah, so that, and also it's usually a boot camp or program that I think people, but like you can have a full-time job and do it. And there's a few other variables and factors as well that I typically try to make sure that the boot camps do, like give people discounts, whatever, blah, 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 like stuff like that. All right, so we're gonna do the official last question. Wait, make sure Instagram ain't about to kick us off. All right. Okay, cool. So someone asked, how do you get in contact with me? Yeah, don't send me messages on direct me, y'all. I've never checked that ever. Don't send me messages on LinkedIn. Just DM me here. I will be able to get to it literally whenever I'm able to. My DMs are piled up and I'm getting to them as quickly as I can. And I am training an assistant tomorrow and giving them access to my DMs so that they can like help me with like answering certain questions and stuff to get to y'all faster. But last question is, what was the most challenging part of doing CourseCareers?
Staying consistent and staying motivated to like, it wasn't challenging, but I'm putting myself, I guess, into a shoes of someone else. But for me, it really was nothing. It was really straightforward. He made it extremely easy to like follow step by step what you need to do. But I guess if I had to pick something, it's staying consistent because I was doing it for hours and hours a day. So, but besides that, no, it wasn't hard at all. It was cool.
Yeah, even though I haven't done it, whenever people ask me like, oh, is it hard? Is it this? The people hit me up like, yo, I'm about to prepare for my final exam, Cyrus. What should I do? First I tell them like, nigga, I didn't do CourseCareers, so I can't help you. But I also tell them like, yo, everyone I know that's done it, I've never heard anyone say like, oh, it was so hard. Yeah. I'm like, yo, you're overthinking it. Just study for it, prepare for whatever you need to do, and just do it. You know, so see, I love that. Yeah, someone asked, what if you have questions while taking CourseCareers? I'm assuming the Discord, but what would you say to that?
Discord, or hit up the Troy himself. He actually responds a lot, so you can hit Troy and he'll give you every answer that you need.
Yeah, Troy's a dope dude. I'm honestly very surprised that he's able to be so involved because I know CourseCareers has blown up a lot. And I mean, even whenever I email him or I text him, because I have his number and stuff. So when I'm texting him, emailing him, and I don't talk to him a whole lot because I'm busy, he's busy. But whenever I do hit him up, I mean, I'll say this, whenever Troy hits me up, it takes longer for me to respond to him than it takes for him to respond to me when I hit him up. And that's a pretty dope thing. That says a lot, like straight up. So yeah, the homegirl, y'all see Ooh La La. I was about to say her name, but y'all wouldn't know her name. But Ooh La La, she was on last week. She did CourseCareers, and she is like at a great company right now, killing it, all that stuff. So, bro, thank you so much, Dylan, bro, for coming on, man. Deeply appreciate you for coming on, bro. Thank you for I want to shout out. I know I've been trying to give Dylan a few of his flowers. I'm gonna give him like a couple more flowers. I know there was like, I think a couple weeks ago or 3 weeks ago. No, it was like maybe a month ago or something. It's probably a little minute ago where somebody was like hitting me up saying something crazy in the comments, like, or they were telling people in the comments like, oh, y'all don't listen to him. He all this is cap. It's all cap. And honestly, that doesn't happen a lot. And I thank God for that. I thought it would have been happening way more. It used to happen a lot, but now it happens less and less because people are like, oh no, this is actually like a great industry. But even when that happened, and I was so confused, they were tagging a bunch of people like, don't listen to him, don't listen to him. They were atting people. And then I screenshotted and posted in my story and was like, I was addressing some of their concerns. And I was like, yo, like, y'all don't be confused by this stuff. And the way that I like heard about his story was like, he DM'd me, he responded and DM'd me, was like, bro, like, he's like, she crazy. He's like, bro, like your content directly like spoke to me and helped me get in this industry, what I'm doing now. And so, bro, I thank you for that because I think like we can get probably we can hear like 100 people be like, yo, man, thank you. This really helped me out a lot. And then if there's like 1, 2, or 3 people that are like saying negative stuff, like sometimes we tend to focus on the negativity and allow that to like be so loud. But it's dope to hear voices in the midst of the negativity that are like, yo, in the midst of the negativity, I want to cut through and like remind you, yo, I'm a person that actually can tell you what you're doing is like actually really dope and it's really a blessing. So I appreciate you for that, bro. Man, bro, I'm so happy for you, dude. Man, you're such a great place. Such a great place in the industry. Like I mentioned before, definitely tap in with Jared. He's a dope person. Obviously, make the main focus your job, but when you're able to, I would encourage you definitely to tap in with some tech events and stuff. Go to tech events, even though you're already in the industry. People think I only say tech events like just to get in the industry. No, bro, tap in with tech events, bro. So your network in this industry will grow, and you'll really feel how dope this industry is. Like it's really crazy, even beyond the money. So definitely tap in with tech events. Yeah, tap in with me. I mean, bro, let me know. Tech is the New Black will be having an event sometime between April and May. If you're free, if you're available, bro, like hit me up. If you're like, hey, I want to get a free ticket, whatever, like I'll get you, make sure you're able to get a free ticket to come in and stuff, to enjoy the events and network, all that good stuff. Yeah, bro, like all that good stuff, man, bro. Again, man, congratulations, dude, and thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, bro. So any last thing you want to say before I let you go?
I ain't talking, I'm not gonna lie to you. Let me see here. Nah, I got nothing for you. I got nothing for you. Nah, yeah. I've been doing a lot of talking. I ain't got nothing for you.
Hey, man, you good, bro. Get to this money, bro. Get to this money, man.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, bro. Bro, tap in with me, bro. Like anytime, dude.
All right, for sure. I got you.
All right, bro. All right, peace.